Welcome to more WanaTalk. Today we have two very special guests. I'm here in El Paso, Texas. I have a duo team, Stephanie and Andreas.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
cool.
All right. So Andreas, he's with Commerce Mortgage, and Stephanie is with Keller Williams Realty. They have been very awesome in terms of helping to assist Kelvin with receiving a mortgage loan. And Stephanie has been the referring agent. She's with Keller Williams.
Yes.
Thank you, Stephanie. How are you?
Thank you. Good, and yourself?
Okay, good. All right, so welcome, guys. Just want to talk a little bit. Andreas, tell us a little bit about what it is that you do, your background.
Okay. Okay, well,
So,
I'm
yeah.
a mortgage loan originator here in El Paso, Texas. Originally from Chicago. I moved here many years ago. It's so much that I don't want to go back and deal with the cold again. So I was the way I got into this industry actually was through real estate. I was a builder rep with one of the largest builders in El Paso. And I did that for a few years. In fact, that's where I met Miss Stephanie, as she was an agent and I was a builder rep. And so I decided to make the move to lending because it offers a little bit more flexibility and freedom. Being the one of the important things that I need for my family, I have a large family. So when I was a builder rep, one of the things that I wasn't real happy with was that as much as it gave us a good income, a good base, it was very stressful because I have such a large family and it's very demanding. The job, it was very rigid. Schedule, so I missed a lot of recitals, I missed a lot of practices, events, and volunteering. So I decided to still stay in the industry somehow, and that was to become a mortgage loan originator and have that opportunity to where I can still work very crazy hours, right? We all do, but at least it's to my liking.
With the flexibility.
With flexibility, right? So I'll be at 10 o'clock at night doing some work sometimes, or it'll be a Sunday and the kids know that daddy needs to run an application for a client, and so I'm actually more available now than I ever was. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
So that's great. Kelvin, when he decided to purchase a home, he went with USAA. He received an approval.
Sure.
And of course, Stephanie, she said, I have this wonderful loan originator that I would like for you to meet. And I'm going to tell you, it was a very good experience. Your customer service was it was awesome. It was great. It was exceptional.
Thank you.
Just being personal. I said, you know what? He's on it. I want an opportunity to meet him. What do you think, what is it that have throughout the years caused you to be very successful? Is it the customer service that you provide? And not only that, just you have a wealth of information that you give to your clients. So talk to us about that.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for that. I'm very humbled by that. I think that in anything any experience that you have in life, good or bad, it has to be a learning experience, no matter what it is. If it was something good, you expound on it. If it was something bad, we're not going to do that again. And I've been able to garner this wealth, but I say this very humbly. I say very humbly that I'm only a product, or I'm only a success because of my many failures. And so the person that can really learn the best is the one who learns from others. So I have my own technique. I have my own skills. We all have our own thing.
Yes.
But I think that it takes a better person, whether it be a man or woman, to learn from others' mistakes. If you can have that's foresight. If you can do that, you can become a lot better. If I can see someone going down the wrong path, and I'm not going to follow that. And so I've been able to garner successes from other successes and add them to my own. Humbly, I say that. And so one thing I like to do, and I hope that Kelvin agrees with your statement, the reason that I talk the way I do is because I feel that in this industry, specifically in this venture, it's one of the biggest investments you're ever going to make. I feel that clients need to be empowered completely. Yes. This isn't buying a car. A car you'll pay for a few years, you can sell, resell, or pay it off, and then that's it. And it's a depreciative asset. This is an investment, a lifelong investment, whether it be your first or your fifth. And so the more knowledge, and humbly I says, whatever little I know, I give it freely to my clients, because I would want empowered buyers. I want them to play other rate shop, and I want them to play the field a little bit, for lack of a better term, because it gives them that education piece. And so if I can offer anything to them, it'll be that in its education. So I guess my success has been attributed to that. People like yourselves, madam, who you still have a world to learn, and you're educating your son, and you're knowing what you need to look for and stuff. So this you can always weed out your car salesman's type of people and the ones that are in it for themselves. Stephanie, I make a great team, because believe it or not, in this industry, it's kind of rare, I really think so, where you'll have people who are looking for the best intentions of their clients. I think your story, you'll probably allude to this a little bit later, of how she won your business was because it had nothing to do with money.
It did.
And that is sincerity. And we do this, we feed off of each other. And we've been working together for a little over 2 years now, because it was at my previous endeavor. And but anyway, going back to what you're saying, that is the secret sauce. The secret of success is the customer service. People are first, and you have to be able to again, lack of a better term, sell yourself, no matter what product you sell.
Exactly. Kelvin, do you feel as though that you were extremely empowered?
I did. I learned a lot, actually, just from Stephanie and Andreas, just on this process of, purchasing a home. They just taught me a lot, especially just really when it comes to, just making your money work for you, and like having a better deal. If somebody has a deal, then you counter offer a different deal, just playing on that.
So thank you. Stephanie, you have been absolutely awesome.
Oh, thank you.
When looking for a realtor, I wanted to find someone that had experience. Just speaking with you, there was just a very warm, but not only that, it was very, very, very professional. I'm so excited that I chose you as a realtor to be able to assist us on this transaction. Thank you so much. You're with Keller Williams, and I've been a Keller Williams agent for about 8 years. So I'm currently now with Dream Realty. So I was able to see a lot of what was actually taught.
Yes.
So that's great. So talk to us a little bit about how you got into the field, what is really exciting for you in terms of a transaction and seeing things go smoothly, because it really has been a very great experience for both Kelvin and I.
Thank you so much for those kind words. So the way I started in the real estate industry, it was about 4 years ago with my husband and I. We started investing, and I saw how a lot of realtors didn't really have our best interests in mind. We fired about 6 to 7 realtors in one transaction just because they were just looking out for making a quick money, a quick commission. So then I started getting my real estate license so I can be a better assistance to my husband and our investing business that we wanted to build. But I slowly started working with buyers and sellers, and then that's when that focus changed. When my buyers or my sellers would tell me how happy they were that I was looking out for their best interests, that other realtors wouldn't do so, and we kind of clicked and we connected on that sense. And that's when I started focusing more on my business versus just an investment. Like Mr. Velasquez mentioned, this is going to be your biggest investment for any homeowner. So we want to make sure that they're doing the right decisions, that they're learning from other people's mistakes, and they don't make those mistakes. We try to avoid those mistakes, so by guiding them in the right process. So that's pretty much how I started.
Okay. So when you showed us various listings, and we went ahead and select, which was very good. He had a very good time looking at the homes, comparing.
Yes.
He couldn't get over the jacuzzi tub with one of them, but you streamlined and made sure that it was exactly what it was that Kelvin wanted in terms of location, in terms of price range. That was awesome. But there was something that was different while we were driving. Kelvin said, you know what, why don't you select a house that you think would probably be a really good pick for me?
Yes.
I'm gonna let you do a lottery pick. And we all laughed about it. And you said, okay. And I could tell you wanted to really please. You seemed a little nervous, like, oh my gosh, I really want to make sure that this is the perfect house. But when we walked in, and I said to Kelvin, Kelvin, what's really great about this is that this house is like about $10,000 to $12,000 less than pretty much the price range that he gave.
Yes.
And that said a lot about you in terms of a realtor, that it wasn't about the sales price. It was about finding the right pick for the client, and you made it work.
Yeah, so actually I was a little bit taken back when he requested me to pick one out of the list of homes that I sent him. It is nerve-wracking because obviously we need to learn to listen and really listen to the client and what they're looking for.
Which is key.
So, so when he threw it at me, I was kind of taken aback. I was like, okay, I'm up for the challenge. I'll look for something that it's going to be what he's looking for. However, we're also looking into the future since Mr. Kelvin may not be here for that long. So I wanted to make sure that it's also a great investment, not only a first-time home for him. So yes, actually this house was actually about $20,000 under the original price point that we had.
Correction.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, so in terms of resale value, I wanted to really focus on that. As putting on my investing hat, I wanted to make sure that when he acquired a property, we still had a little bit of a wiggle room and the price range was doable to be able to have more prospect buyers in this price point versus the higher price range competing with new construction that could have posed as a challenge in a year.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that he was making the right decision now. If it would have been in a different situation that he was planning to stay in this home for at least 5 to 7 years, yes, obviously I would have advised to go to the bigger home with the jacuzzi tub that he wanted. But
right.
I think this is a great choice, and I didn't actually send it to him. It was kind of like a surprise, like here we are, take a look at it. And you guys actually loved it, so that means a lot to me.
Right, and he fell in love with it, and it had everything that he actually stated that he wanted, and in the area. Because initially, the first house that he saw, that he said, "I guess I'll go with this. I like it. It's really nice." It wasn't in the exact location that he really wanted. So you were able to look into price, which is important, the location, which was ideal, and also being able to save money. And that's what it is that we want. We want to be able to provide the client with the best deal that's possible.
No, I'd love to expound on that, and I think that one of the things that you said was real important just now is that Mr. Kelvin was looking at, he fell in love with the first one and then that's it, and not to say that everyone would be like this, but a lot of agents would be like, well, great, let me drop the contract and let's go.
Yes. And
did they do anything wrong? Probably not. But did they do things right? Nah. You've got to have, her fiduciary responsibility, but also on a personal level is to give options as well. So you don't want to settle and you want to go into this, and that's why even your bargaining, she did a great job on that. So I wanted to expound that. That's exactly why. And then the other thing was the investment piece. Going to my earlier point is we're only a culmination of our past failures or experiences, and that's how we're a success. Well, had she not been that investor and had that type of knowledge, she would not be able to offer that. So we, as our team grows, her and I, what we've learned is that we're building our own base, but we're remembering what happened. I remember what happened to that one client. Oh, let's not do that again. Or let's try it. We'll never be perfect. That doesn't exist. But we can always be better, and we can always try to be more efficient, more streamlined. So I'm glad you talked about Stephanie that way, because that's exactly what I've seen with every transaction we've had. Some better than others, of course. Some are hiccups, and that's just part of the process sometimes. But when you're able to admit your maybe whether it be shortcomings or mistakes and remedy them. That's the key of a good agent, of a good loan officer, is those that can say, you know what, I may have not given you this information, or oh, I forgot to mention that. Let's remedy that. Let's fix that. Not say, oh, you know what, it was an alien probe, and I don't remember even talking about, you lost the paperwork, I didn't. No. There's no issue about blame. We're very proactive with our clients, and we're very responsible with it. So anything that we do right or wrong, we want to make sure we have full accountability.
Yes. Right. And also understanding the market.
Completely.
Knowing the market.
Yes.
That's key. It's very important.
Absolutely.
You did a very good job.
Thank you.
Now, what's the average sale price here in El Paso?
Last month, I believe it was 163,000. That is the average sales price. A lot of new construction contributes to that, the higher sales price average. But it started out in the 150s, so we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen next year. So I want to make sure that we're still being conservative and say that our average may still be in the 150s, because that is what I've been seeing a lot of my buyers being approved for, under 150s. So I want to make sure that we still have a broad audience and a broad buyers in that price.
Okay. And days on market, like the average day on market for what's the length of time for a home to be sold?
It's been anywhere between 18 to 36 days. Just because, right now the last 2 months, because school is out, that has been our market so far. But we did encounter back in the winter time, it was more into the 60s to 90 days on the market.
Well, not in Charleston, South
Carolina. No? What is it over there?
No. So here it is. Just in my neighborhood itself, 15 days. Like, you have to literally, jump. Like, I've had my next door 3 days on the market and literally sold. Wow. So it's definitely a seller's market.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Wow.
That's
nice.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's go to Charleston.
So anything else that you would like to add in terms of being approved for a mortgage loan?
Well, there's a lot too that we could discuss, but there's a few simple things. First of all, you have to garner the trust of who you're working with. You have to feel that. That's not, if you feel uneasy, then there's something going on. Then ask for a second opinion. Ask for, or go to another bank or go to another agent. That's very fair. We're up to the challenge. And Stephanie said that earlier. We're definitely up to the challenge, because you have to, again, we talk about empowerment. You have to know what's best for you. You're looking out for the best interest. But some things that you can do as a buyer is definitely no illicit spending, no inquiries while you're getting a loan. Please don't take out a car right before you're going to close.
Please don't.
Don't do that. You see all the memes on Facebook. Don't do that. But a lot of the times is your agent and loan officer become your best referrals or best source of news and information. So reach out to them. Ask them these candid questions. If you don't know something, ask. Mr. Kelvin will tell you that I probably didn't let him talk a few times because I talk a lot. I do. But again, it's because it's information. I don't want to go information overload, but I would rather give you more than less.
Right.
I don't ever want you to go into, and you've closed on a home and say, hey, Andres, how come you never told me that? That is the worst thing that I can hear. I would rather, hey, Mr. Mitchell, remember I told you that one time? Oh, yeah, right, you did. So I would rather have that. So the thing for me is ask. Just ask. If you're unsure, even if it's something that you already know, ask anyway. That's what we get paid to do. We get paid to counsel.
Yes.
That's what it should be.
Because you gave me some pointers. So yeah, it was
Really?
yeah. So I'm very excited to be here. I'm really glad for the opportunity to be able to meet you guys. It seems as though we've known each other forever.
Yes.
That's El Paso for you,
Forever.
that too.
Is it just an El Paso thing? Okay.
Sort of. No, we're just like that. We're
Yes,
definitely
okay.
huggers, but El Paso is like that. By the way.
Yes.
So we have Mr. Andres with Commerce Mortgage. He's at 915-999-2450. He's very, very personable. He's knowledgeable. Reach out. This is an awesome duo team. Stephanie's with Keller Williams. Her contact number is 915-275-8384. Again, 915-275-8384. Family, friends, listeners. If you don't live in South Carolina, I can still assist in referring you to an awesome agent. Don't hesitate. Call today. 843-452-1766. Again, that's 843-452-1766. Stay tuned for more WanaTalk.